Money Moves with Myth 2.0, the podcast. And always remember, gentlemen, it's a mother movie. So today we're going to be reacting to yet another video. The title of the video that this content creator made, it says that the reason she's going to explain the reason why she lost her Section 8 voucher. So we're going to be reacting to this today, give our own personal perspective. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe. And everybody, if you guys want to help me with the algorithm, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And let's hop straight into the video.
No reason why you should be drinking 10 o'clock in the morning a whole bottle of Tito's or Don Julio with Popeyes. Like, a scheme Todd set up.
So I lost my Section 8 and it improved my life tremendously. Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is CAPO. I am a rapper, a New Yorker, and also a content creator. And yeah, this is my life, my journey. And if you want to see more of that, like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so let's get into it. So I lost my Section 8. And I just...
So how many of you guys find it attractive when women say that they're a rapper or a content creator? I think it's like so played out, especially with all the female rappers that's out now. I remember when a lot of black men had their phase, claiming that they were rappers. Everybody in their moment wanted to be rappers, but I think that it's so unattractive for a woman to, be a rapper. Period.
Better housing to go live with somebody else. Kind of benefit my life because they said I made too much money. But weird to say what is crazy about the whole reason why he took my Section 8 was because I made too much money from my current job. As I'm grateful, I was this close to moving into the same building my best friend was living in there. And
So I don't know how accurate this is. I don't know much about Section 8. I do know what Section 8 is. But is it true that if you make too much money, then you can be kicked out of the Section 8 program in New York City? Anybody hit the comments?
I was this close to moving into the same building one of my best friends lived in. My friend got approved, and I'm so grateful that she did because I know how much she wanted that apartment, and it's a beautiful apartment. And for me, it's not even unfortunate, it just wasn't the door for me. And I felt it in my heart, like I don't want to live over there. I already lived in that particular area growing up, multiple different apartments.
Yeah, somebody hit the comments on that because I'm calling cap on this lady because by me being African American and coming from coming from Memphis, raised in poverty, being with family members and women who have Section 8, there's no way possible you can make too much money for Section 8, because usually, like, from what I thought of Section 8, is that you have to get them 30%. You got to pay that towards rent. So if you're not working, Section 8 will cover all your rent. But if you start working, it's only 30%. They take a certain percentage out of your income. So I'm pretty sure there's more to this story than what she's saying, because that does not make any sense.
Over that borough, and it wasn't for me, and I wanted to go somewhere else, and it didn't work out, and I already kind of knew that, right? And spiritually, mentally, I already knew that, and I had another door that opened for me, right? So for I can save money to go where I really want to go, because in the future I do want to leave New York within a year. So things happen as they should, because as they were about to approve me, I sent a...
Is that the thing now? Is a lot of people in New York deciding to leave New York City? Anybody hit the comments? Like, what do you guys, any New Yorkers on the video, what do you guys think of New York? Do you guys like it, or you guys trying to get out of New York? Because, you know, I just want to know. But let's keep it moving.
My documents and stuff, like, we knew it was going to happen. Section 8 sent me a letter out of nowhere saying that, you know, I qualify to pay full rent. I will no longer have Section 8. And I'm like, where the heck this come from? Like, right? And so, like, I know there could have been other ways that I could, you know, swerve my way into getting the apartment, keeping my Section 8, different schemes or whatever. But you know what? At the point in my life, I was just so tired. I was like, I'm just going to do this my way and stop having to depend on somebody else.
And it's good that it's like this lady came up with that mindset, because the thing that I don't like, I can respect what she's saying, because the main thing that I don't like is when people get comfortable. You know, a lot of people get comfortable with government assistance, food stamps, public housing, project housing, Section A, you know, and stuff like that. They pay the 9 times out of 10 use it as a crutch, you know, saying, you know, where, you know, if they don't have to work a job, then they'll live in that apartment forever. They'll just keep living Section A and just letting them pay it forever when they didn't necessarily try to do anything better for their lives. But let's keep it moving.
AKA the government, right? Because who wants to depend on them if they don't need it? And I don't want nobody controlling my life anymore. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do this my way. I'm going to get my credit together. I'm going to save all my money. And then I'm flying out of New York because I'm over it. And so I deserve to be next to the beach. But yeah, and you know, I'm so grateful for that not happening, because I would have had to pay about $3,300 in rent after they taken my Section 8 away in a new apartment.
Oh my God, bro! Is this true? Is New York rent still highly expensive? Like, and I'm pretty sure it is. Like, cause I seen a documentary on rent in New York City, and it's like outrageous. Like, you know, you spending $3,000 a month for one bedroom. You know, you might get lucky and get two, but it just depends. Like, everything's so expensive, and there's so many people. You know, so much competition with the prices and stuff, man. Like, for people who can survive in places like this, I feel like you can survive anywhere if you, especially in places where the cost of living is not as high. Because you've been seeing everything. Like, we got the highest rent in the country. I think New York City is one of those cities like California, Washington, D.C. that has extremely high rent. And it's crazy. But let's keep it moving.
Because it's a luxury high-end apartment. Amenities, everything is great. And I ain't got that much money to be spending at. Like, literally, how you want to approve me for an apartment that I can't even afford? But yeah, I got too much.
At least she's thinking like this, you know, like, oh, I can't afford it, you know, which, you know, 9 times out of 10, if she could afford it, to pay it. But guys, like, how much money do you think you have to make to live in New York City? Like, is it, I'm thinking like what, about $200K just to live the average Like I'm thinking like 200K is like low class, like in New York, or maybe middle class. You know what I'm saying? But I just would imagine that people would have to make a lot of money. Like there's no 20. You know, most of the country makes $25,000 a year. So with $25,000 a year, you're paying $3,000 a month in rent. How will you be able to survive? You know, so I'm guessing that most people in New York City. Can you guys answer this question? Anybody know? What's the average income of people in New York City, from the poverty level to middle class level to top jobs? If anybody can leave that in the comments, I appreciate it. But let's keep it moving.
How's your money to have Section 8? Crazy, but that's what lower middle class gets you. I got the Section 8 passed down to me from my mother, and I'm very grateful. I lived in a housing apartment for about 15 years. But prior to that, like, I lived in all type of housing communities.
That's good. She's breaking that cycle from the Section 8 crutch. But her mom probably already knew. Like, she came from poverty, and the cost of living in New York is high, so she couldn't afford to own a property in New York. So the best she could do was pass that down to her daughter. It's crazy, but let's keep it moving though.
To regular apartments, different boroughs, luxury apartments, and back to housing. It just took me all the way out of my element. It stopped me on my creative work. I really didn't know what to do with my life. My life was going down a bad path, and I was able to find my way out. So as I'm elevating, and
I think that's the story for a lot of African American, or really poor people, period. You know, you find your life going in a down spiral, and you really can't see that light at the end of the tunnel. You know, and then like you think everything's bad, but out of nowhere you realize that it's not bad as you think it is, and you just keep grinding, keep moving, and let's keep it moving, guys.
And applying to all of these housing connect departments, these fools did my recertification, and as soon as I was about to get one of the apartments, they took the Section 8 away from me because I made too much money. I am now a lower middle class girl. Granted, we left the poverty line.
She said she should congratulate herself for at least, you know, being in a position where, you know, like the government's basically kicking you out the nest, and now, you know, the sky's the limit. You don't have to live in a box, basically, you know, where there's a certain price level you can get to rent or whatever. The sky's the limit now. But let's keep it moving.
But yeah, so I was not about to pay full price for the housing apartment in somewhere I do not want to live in the first place. And while it's great to be a stepping stone, you get dependent on like the government, and there's so much more to life than living in housing and being around certain individuals that will disrupt your peace. And
facts. You know, that's good. She figured that out. You know, like usually low income housing, you know, comes with low income areas. And it's sad to say that most people are more poor people are negative than rich people. So that's why be a lot of crimes and stuff like that happens in poor areas. But guys, if you guys want to rock with this,
I have lived in both worlds, as I do love.
if you guys want to rock with this content creator, I'm gonna leave a link in the description for you guys. So make sure you guys like, share this video, and I'm gonna holler at you guys on the next one. Over and out.